guys are witnessing right now is Hilton trying to figure out the fucking mic on a time frame. But we got John Connor in studio. Hi. He's so calm right now.
Got that tequila, bro.
Dude, he's got that Miami Vice vibe to him. Got that Don Johnson. Bro, you look sad, dude. You can scoot over a little bit if you want to get closer.
You can come over.
Like over here, just nice and deep, like.
Bro, you just got back from the land of the lovers.
I did. Let me tell you, Richmond is an awesome place.
Yeah.
Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, me and the guys, we did not want to leave. I'll tell you that. We did not want.
Dude, Virginia looks gorgeous.
It is. It is
luscious.
Luscious, huh?
Yeah.
I can tell you that Craig, my roommate, he came up there to corner me. He had quite an experience up there. It was first time for him being in like a big city, just kind of interacting with the city's life. That was real fun.
I can imagine. He's like a string bean guy that's just like kind of country.
Yeah. Have you ever seen him take his shirt off?
Yeah.
He's got that. It looks like
like
he looks like he has the gate to hell on his chest and everything like that. Yeah,
he's very unassuming. You wouldn't know that he had that tattoo if you didn't train with him.
I want to tell you this: the people at the commission, they all carded him. They all wanted to make sure that he was an adult and not. And he's like 27, but
he does have such a baby face.
Yeah. So how have you guys been doing, man?
We're kicking it.
Amazing.
We're getting along pretty well.
I hear you're doing real estate now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah. Do you have to get a new haircut for that or anything?
Yeah, I gotta look. Yeah, that's why I don't have earrings in either. Yeah,
he's like, we had to get rid of that fucking
got rid of
tail joint going on.
I need to get my haircut again, dude.
Why don't you fuck with fades?
Huh?
When you get haircuts, it's all one length.
I've never fucking I've just been like,
it makes your neck look like it goes from neck to just further up on your neck. It doesn't look like the back of your head.
Man. I just never have.
I'm gonna buy you a fade one day.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Because it looks like it.
Thanks, dude. I really appreciate when you support me,
I do. I mean,
we all support you.
I'm going to need your support a little more than you're going to need mine.
Okay. Hell. Man, it's been wild. Real estate's crazy.
Yeah, you looking to buy a mansion, bro?
Yeah.
I know
I'm not looking at. I mean, unless it has like some weird shit going on in it. No, I'm okay.
Like a grotto.
Yeah, dude, it's wild, man. But it's good. It's really good.
Well, you can't even sell to him. He lives in Alabama, right?
Yeah, you totally.
I could sell it to you in Florida.
Okay, all right.
Do you get like some sort of like finder's fee for like, yo, my guy?
I can, yeah. If I say like, oh yeah, he's looking and send you to an Alabama agent, then I would get somewhat of a percentage. But
there you go.
I'll keep you in mind then, because I am looking to buy property. Here in the near future.
Are you looking at Alabama?
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
That's my sales pitch. What would it mean for your family?
Hey, you know, Hilton. This is Hilton. You know, he's selling you when he starts to do the eyebrows. He's like,
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. As soon as your eyebrows start to leave your eyes, you're like, so you are looking to buy property, huh?
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, let me get my notebook real quick.
Exactly.
Dude, one thing that I have noticed within the last 2 weeks, I've almost filled an entire notepad full of notes. Just on the phone, just jotting shit down. And then I can't find them, of course, because I have no organizational skills. So I'm just flipping through pages of shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a nightmare.
Yeah, I know.
Paperwork is a nightmare.
Well, he's got notes too.
I do. I brought notes.
Yeah, I saw.
That's because I'm kind of all over the place. I've been trying to get help with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the help was making me think to write stuff down so I could stay on.
Dude, there's no shame in that. I just recently got a dry erase board for work. Because I'd be remembering, I know I need to talk to you. And they're like, yeah, you said you need to talk to me. What's up? And I'm like, I just remembered I had to talk to you. Don't know a fucking clue what it was about.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude, if fucking notes, rock with them, dude.
Yeah. For sure.
So, yeah. So, if you don't mind, I'd like to get started.
Come on. You have the floor, bro. Go ahead,
man. It's been just a crazy road for the last several months.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna start from when everything kind of went south and how I kind of just got myself out of it.
Yeah.
the government, the Alabama government took pretty much all of my money. They took everything out of my bank account from back taxes from like 2014 and 15. They had taken pretty much all of my savings. They froze my account, and I had nothing. That put me in a pretty bad way. You can now you two may react very normal and very maturely, but I hadn't gotten to that point in my life yet, I guess. And I don't know if I've gotten there yet because I haven't had something like that happen again. But I am hopeful, and we'll get to that. But when that happened, I kind of went into a spiral. Usually when bad things happen in my life, I usually try to meet them head on with as much destructive power as it is. And guys, I found it. What had happened when that happened is I'd actually gotten some money together, and I was looking for the pain to just go away. I didn't feel very good about myself. I felt very worthless, and I felt like everything was just about to implode on me. So I went hunting for something to take the pain away, and there's a couple of drugs that I like to do. There's coke, and then there's ecstasy, and I wanted to feel good, so I tried to find some ecstasy, and I did. I found it, and the bad thing was that ecstasy wasn't just ecstasy, and what had happened was when I took that, something had happened to me. It actually hurt me a great deal. I don't remember a whole lot of what happened throughout the day while I was fucked up on all this. But I do remember the aftermath. I got back to my house where I live with Craig and Hunter, and I went to bed, but when I woke up, things still weren't right. And everyone was there, Craig, Hunter, the whole crew. And they were watching the fights, and I was sitting there just feeling completely and utterly just off. But I was keeping it to myself, and I remember that I stood up, and when I stood up, I immediately passed out and hit the ground. Damn. And I came to, and everyone was looking over me, and they were like, "What's going on?" And that's when I told them that what I had done. And they were like, well, drink some water, sit down, and everything. They, very cool. Just trying to make sure I was okay. Yeah. About an hour passed, and I felt like I felt better a little bit. So I stood up, but very slowly, and I didn't pass out. But as soon as I started to walk, I fell out again. Hit the ground, hit my head this time. When I woke up, I saw my roommate Hunter, and he was crying. He had tears coming out of his eyes. He was scared to death that his friend was hurt. And when I saw that, it affected me a certain way, and they'll tell you that I sat in that corner crying because of how ashamed I was, of how embarrassed I was, that I had made my friends feel that way, like and scared them like that. Now let me tell you, I've done this plenty of times in my life, and it had never affected me before like that. I'm not saying like hurt me, like the drugs hurt me, but like the aftermath of me just fucking my life up. I never cared about it before. I didn't care who it affected, but then I did, and I saw them, and it fucked with me. So as I was sitting there crying, just feeling horrible, also feeling sorry for myself, because no one can say that they don't. You have to work through that shit. I had made a decision. I made a decision to, right then and there, to do something about this, that I could not, if something like this was to happen again, I could not fall like this again and just throw my whole fucking life away and just say, fuck everybody. I couldn't do that anymore. But with that, I had to make some sacrifices. and they were really big ones. They were really in my heart and in my mind. They were some of the biggest sacrifices that I've ever made. The first thing I did was I called Tony, and I told him what I had done. And Tony, being the great person that he is, just told me to, be okay. We're gonna get through this. Just, tell me what you need. Well, that wasn't good enough for me. Mm-hmm. Because that means that I'm just going to sweep it under the rug. I told Tony that I could not come back to the gym. That I could not be in front of those people telling them to live their life to the fullest and at the best that they possibly could. And make them believe that I am doing that myself, and I'm over here doing drugs and getting fucked up. Now I do need to back up and tell you that the drugs that I took, even though I was under the impression that it was ecstasy, it also had fentanyl in it, and that fucking hurt me. It really did.
Yeah, it'll kill you, bro.
Yeah, and I took
very small amount.
For real.
Yeah, and I took 3 pills of ecstasy that night.
Damn.
So just so y'all know that I'm a fucking superhuman, but fentanyl will still hurt you.
Yeah.
Okay. I had lost almost 20 pounds in a day because of how much I sweated.
What?
Yes. Yeah. I had dehydrated myself. All of this stuff happened to me that day. But yeah, so like I said, I had told Tony, and I told Tony that I was going to step away from the gym. I was going to step down from my position, that I needed to do something about myself, that I needed to fix myself.
Yeah.
I knew that at that time Tony he didn't want me to do that, but I think he understands now, especially after everything I've done.
Yeah.
Up until this point. And then I told Tony, before I got off the phone with him, I told him that I had to tell my ex-girlfriend, because we were together at the time, but I knew that if I didn't tell her the truth, then there would be no point in being together in the first place. And I understood that when I told her this, that there was a good chance that she would leave. She had every right to.
Yeah.
But like I said, it was still the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I called her, and I told her, and she left. So I had stepped away from the gym and all the people that I had cared about. I had basically ended the relationship that I had for the last 3 years. And I was coming off of drugs that no telling other than what I had actually went to. I wanted to know what was in it. They said, they said other things, but those were the main things that were in there.
Yeah.
And I had no direction, but I had a push to do something, that I had to do something. So I was looking for a direction, and the only direction I knew was to go see a doctor. And it's really hard finding a doctor that'll see you in with any amount of, close amount of time. The earliest I got was like a month, and I took it. I had to, but in that month, I had nothing. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't talk to anybody other than Tony, and there was a couple of other people that had my back, and they tried. They knew that I was dealing with a lot of things.
Yeah.
I tried to surround myself with positive things. I tried to go to church. I tried to go to Narcotics Anonymous meetings and things like that. Now, I never thought that any of that stuff would stick, because I just didn't think it would, and it didn't. I was trying to fill the void until I could get to that doctor and tell him what was going on in my head and the things that were and see what he said. And so I filled my time with that until I went and seen the doctor. And I went and seen him, and he talked to me, and he suggested some things, and he put me on a couple of things. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, one of the things that I've been scared of when it comes to psychiatrics and medication and things is that it will, that it can change your entire personality, and it can do things to you, can hurt you and stuff like that. I was always very scared of that, scared of that. A person told me that, that I needed to see a doctor for years, and I'd always be very like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. Well, that really does happen. It does. Absolutely. It really does happen. So they put you on these pills, and you're basically like a guinea pig, and it's your responsibility to be able to see the differences and to see what's good and what's bad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I'm dealing with now is with, I'm a guinea pig, and I'm going up and down and taking this and taking that. I've found a few things that have helped, and we're just taking it step by step. Yeah. And a lot of, and I'm optimistic. I feel hopeful about that. So we'll just have to take that. But, as that was happening, like I said, I wasn't training. So the next thing that I had to find was another place to go. Mm-hmm. My loyalty to Tony was unconditional, man. I followed him everywhere he went. In my eyes, he's my best friend. Mm-hmm. And it's okay if I'm not his. I understand that dynamic, but I trust him more than anyone. I trust him to tell me the right thing to do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
So leaving his gym was heartbreaking. It was devastating. Mm-hmm. And finding another place was very, very hard. I went to a few other places, and I felt so out of place. And then I walked into Josh Elverton's gym down there in Gulf Shores, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't know about that either, because I had never really dealt with Josh on any real basis other than a few conversations here and there. Yeah. But I knew people down there. I knew Derek, and I knew Darby, and everybody down there. So I figured that would be at least I would know some people, and
like a buffer.
Feel comfortable. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, man, I'm very glad that I went down there. Josh is a great teacher. He is a great teacher. He's a great motivator. He's got a really good curriculum down there, and I'm very much in love with how competitive it is. Everyone in there is hungry, mm-hmm. and that makes me better. That makes me hungrier as well. So that's where I am. Is I'm with Josh, and I'm training down there. Now, I'm still loyal to Tony in any sense, in every way. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that man couldn't ask me that I wouldn't try to do for him.
Yeah, it's a good bond.
Yeah, and and he knows, and I've talked to him, and he knows that I'm not gone forever. I'm going to start showing my face again over there and things like that. I feel mentally ready for that now. Yeah. And they miss me, and everybody misses me, and I miss them. I miss them. And eventually one day I hope that he gives me my position back at least one of those days. I mean, You know, I love teaching. I love it. And I feel now that when I come back, whenever I do, and if he wants me to teach, that I will have that much more knowledge to give. And that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
So being with Josh helped me find the motivation to become competitive again. And that made me very excited. I felt like I was, I was getting ready to sign up for these grappling tournaments and everything like that. And I felt very happy about that. And then I got a call out of the blue. Now, I forgot to tell you this, that I had taken myself completely off social media while all this was happening.
Yeah.
I just was gone. I needed it. It was the right thing to do. It's what mentally needed to happen for me.
We all need to take breaks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no one knew how to get a hold of me. So I got this random phone number calling me, and this was back, I think towards the end of April, maybe the beginning of May, sometime like that. I think it was in April, and it was Devin Adams, and he said, "Hey man," he said, "Do you want to fight Bo Nickal for your pro debut at Virginia on June the 3rd?" And let me tell you right now, I had no corners, no main coach. I mean, I was training with Josh, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, no fight team whatsoever. And I thought about it for maybe about 3 seconds, and I said yes. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when he mentioned that name, and I just saw the obstacle in front of me, and I knew that whatever I did until I got to that obstacle was going to be good. I was going to work hard for it. Whatever it was, training, my mental health, my relationships with people, I was going to go 100% into it. I was fully into it. I didn't even try to negotiate the contract or anything. I could have made more money, but I was just like, no, I want it. Give it to me. I want to do it.
Yeah.
And I did. And not long after that, maybe like a day or two, I met this wonderful woman. And this woman took me for who I was and saw great potential in me. And she has been one of my biggest supporters. She has also been she is able to communicate with me on a level that I have never had with anything, with anyone. She will she wants me to tell her my problems, and she wants me to tell her my fears and all of these things, and she is there just to listen. And man, guys, I can tell you right now, I've been longing for that my entire life. Someone that will just listen to me.
Sometimes as dudes, man, that's like all we need.
Exactly.
It's just like, we've kept this shit up for a long time, but
let us blow a little steam
Just
off.
Ask me how I'm doing one time so I can let you know what the fuck's going on.
Exactly.
I don't need you to do anything about it. I just need to fucking let you know. I just need to get it off.
I hate to be like this, but it's never like that.
And it's, you know what, man?
It's
it
always
has
like,
never happened like that for me.
Yeah.
It's like.
So how's it like?
Yeah,
what's
like?
that feel like?
What's that like?
What's that like?
It's great. It's absolutely great. I mean, it's almost like a high school romance where, I mean, I don't know if when you talk on the phone for like hours and hours on end, like when you have all of these messenger apps and everything and text messaging, talking on the phone for hours is almost unheard of.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's something that we do. It's absolutely, it's a breath of fresh air. I don't know how to explain it any better than I have.
Yeah. So you're talking on the phone for a long time.
Yeah.
Does that mean she's not local?
Well, actually, she lives right down the road from here.
Oh,
she lives in Pace. Now I go and see her every chance I can.
Word.
Yeah, every chance I can. And the good thing is that like I've been making so much more money now at work. I mean, my wallet is fat, so I can go and see her.
Well, hey,
dude, I love it.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, my wallet's fat.
Yeah,
we got a tip jar. If you want to,
So I go and see her, and I spoil the shit out of her. I try to at least.
Dude.
you know, which also in turn spoils you
Exactly.
because you feel good from doing it.
Exactly.
Can't put a price on that.
So I found out that I was able to really love someone again too after everything that had happened. I knew that I still had. I found out that I still had the fire to go out there and fight and really be motivated to do that. And then I also found that I had the that I could still love someone and still give my heart to somebody. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing was, man, let me tell you, growing up, I didn't have many friends, and I didn't have any close friends. Growing up, or not growing, I already said that, but being, yeah.
Said it again.
Just make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, everybody
Growing
knows
up,
that shit.
you know.
Yeah. The closest thing I came to real close friends is when I started doing this, when I started doing jiu-jitsu and being around other people and everything. That was a big step for me to do something like that, because I had always kind of been a loner. Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't know that it could actually go deeper than that. I have these friends. They're my roommates. They're my best friends. They're my brothers, Hunter and Craig.
Yeah.
These guys here. Now, you want to talk about a real brotherhood between three guys, man? That's a real thing, man. Mm-hmm. These two guys, on the drop of a hat, drove all the way up to Virginia with me to corner me against Bo Nickal. They had never done anything like that before in their life. They're blue belts in jiu-jitsu, and they haven't trained, and they haven't trained consistently in about a year or two.
They're like, get up.
Yeah. Just get up.
Just punch him in the face.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
Knock him out.
Let me tell you, Hunter and Craig were so nervous. So nervous.
They're like, are we even allowed to do this?
Yeah.
Like, people are going to know we don't know.
Exactly. When they had to fill out the paperwork for their cornerman, they're like, so are they going to find out? And I'm like, just...
Do they run background checks?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, no, none of that. Just fill this out and pay your $40.
What do I need to do?
And they're like, okay. So they drove all the way up there with me. We took turns driving. Craig drove through Atlanta. That I took a video of that. You should look at that on Facebook. He was freaking out. He was freaking out, but he built character that night.
Yeah, I was gonna say Atlanta will put you through some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You go from boy to man real quick through Atlanta.
Or reverse. From man to boy real quick.
We get up there. We drive all the way up there. They're with me the whole time, man. They're experiencing all of this and everything. Weigh-ins happen. We do all the interviews. That's great. I get to meet a couple of UFC fighters. I meet Pearl Gonzalez. I didn't even know who that was until Hunter told me. Yeah. Sorry, Pearl. I didn't know who you were. And weigh-ins happen. I meet Bo for the first time. He is a large man. He is he's a very big guy. But he's not the biggest. And when I saw him, he's why I told everybody on Messenger and everything. I said he's not that big. I fought bigger, and he's actually a really nice guy. After everything, he's a really nice guy. But weigh-ins happened. I give him an oatmeal cream pie at weigh-ins. He takes it. We take our pictures and everything. Hunter and Craig are all like, they're just super jacked out because they're just, they don't know what they think they're about to fight somebody right now because and I'm like, y'all need to calm down. Yeah.
You're like, hey,
behind you like this.
Yeah. I had to tell him like, calm your tits, tits.
Y'all go sit down in the corner.
Drink some water, bro. Chill.
Exactly. So that's all good. go to sleep. The next day is fight day. I'm ready, man. I'm totally in the zone. I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. I feel really good. I feel as ready as I'm ever going to be. They call me up for the fight. We go down there. I get behind the curtain. They call my name. I walk out there. I feel so fucking alive, man.
Yeah.
I feel so alive. I start dancing with Hunter and Craig. I start like grinding on them. I have this hat on. This hat. I'll tell you, this hat. I saw this hat and I had to buy it. It's changed. It's been a really good life decision for me.
You're a different person in that hat.
Yeah.
People are saying it.
I know.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I'm dancing with these guys. I'm pulling on my nipples in front of thousands of people.
There's literally a highlight on video of him doing this.
Exactly. In front of millions of people on TV, people see me pulling on my titties, man.
Hey, dude.
You know, and
sometimes you gotta give it a little tug.
Exactly. I did the whole Keith Jardine. Keith Jardine liked to do that.
Yeah,
shit.
GSP did it too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Rashad Evans did it as well. There's a few fighters that did it.
Well, shit.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
they bring you back.
Yeah. I get in there. I get into the ring. He gets into the ring. The announcer's in there. He's announcing my name. I tell the people that I don't want to go by John Connor. I want to go by my real name. Now, that's a little story before I continue. I'd always went by John Connor as a kid, young adult, up until recently. And there was a reason behind that. I always felt like I didn't belong anywhere as a Noland. My father was dead. My brother had died. Me and my son were the only Nolands left but at the time when I made that decision, my son wasn't even there. I was the only one, the only male Noland. And I felt alone. I felt I didn't have anybody. So my stepdad, he had the last name Connor, and I wanted to feel like I belonged somewhere. So I always I just went by John Connor. And I would always kind of hide behind that. I mean, not illegally or anything, but but just like
allegedly.
Yeah.
But mentally, I would hide behind that.
It was
name.
like a safe thing.
Yes.
To be
John it was Connor. Like a character. It was almost like a character.
Yeah.
I told them that I wanted to come out to my real name. That this time I wanted to be my real name, and then I also told them my gym name. And they asked me what my gym name was, and I didn't have a gym at that time. I made up a name just out of the blue. Well, I didn't make it up right there. I'd been making it up for about a month. And I told him that it's the Mountain Cougar Falcon Bird Academy of Lower Alabama.
So we went real on the name and then fake on the gym.
I did. And that announcer.
Somebody had to type that.
He's like, I'm changing my entire life.
Had to
They did
type
on the
that shit
They
out,
did
dude.
on. There's a picture of the whole thing
with your shit on.
They're halfway through it and they're like, what did he say?
They're like,
y'all
there's
fucking with me.
wait a minute. Really?
When they have my name up on the screen, you see the gym name. It's like that much longer than my name.
Yeah, they don't even have a graphic that goes the whole length. It goes off the graphic.
Off the page.
Yeah. Exactly. And that announcer said the whole thing perfectly.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was so excited about it.
Yeah.
The fight starts. Mm-hmm. I go straight at him. I touch his hand and I come straight at him. I'm telling you, for 30 seconds, man, I gave that man everything I had. Mm-hmm. And we had a little bit of an exchange, and I felt his punch the first time, and I took it, and I was like, this isn't nothing. Say something to him. And I looked at him dead in his eyes, and I said, fuck you, Bo. And then I was unconscious.
And it was at that moment. He knew he fucked.
Yeah. I was unconscious. I was unconscious, and then I woke up and I knew exactly what had happened. I knew,
and in a much realer sense, I had no idea what had happened.
Yeah. I knew that I got knocked out, and I got up, I got up. They said that I was only down for like 10, 15 seconds. I was like, well, that's not too bad. At least I wasn't knocked the fuck out, you know. I'm glad I didn't shit myself when I got knocked out. I'm glad that I didn't do the whole where my hands were like all Superman locked out and shit. Yeah. I just fell, you know. I was unconscious and shit. It was a good knockout. It was a good knockout. Yeah. I woke up. I congratulated him. I really do believe that guy is going to be a fucking champion for real.
And you went viral.
I went fucking viral, bro.
You went viral.
Fuck yeah.
Bro, and literally like every fight page I follow has been posting.
Yeah, it went about dummy viral. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It blew
it got posted on UFC to the point where the casual people thought that Bo got signed to the UFC based off of this.
Them posting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's good for all that.
Yeah.
So
good for him.
Yeah, good you're for like, him. Awesome. Good for I got a hat. So.
Yeah, I got a hat.
I got a hat.
So. But I mean, so obviously the result was disappointing. I came in there to fully win. Now, could I have out of 10, 10 out of 10, could I have done it once? Maybe. The odds were not in my favor. That Bo is like a 1% athlete. That man has been wrestling his whole life, and his mom was a professional boxer, so he's no slouch to that. And let me tell you something. When I saw him warming up in backstage, I was like, well, this is going to be a really tall order.
You were like, fuck me.
So did you take anything from his previous fight with Billy? Like, did you think he had power then?
I did. In my mind, like I said, I wanted everybody, both of his other fights, they both backed up from him. I told myself that I was not. That was obviously not the best idea, but like I said, man, I for 30 seconds I had him backing up, and I hit him a couple times. And let me tell you, when I woke up and I was thinking about everything, I wasn't disappointed that who cares? I lived. I lived. I fucking did it.
You got to pull your nipples in front of like a million
I did.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, man, it was so exhilarating to do that I still had the nerve, that I still had the fearlessness to do that, to drive. I drove and spent all of my own money to get up there. I spent most of my winnings to get back. Mm-hmm. You know, not all of it, but I mean, I'm just saying, just to do it, just to say that I did. And coming back from that and coming back home, I still feel so motivated, not only in the fight game, but in life and everything. But I wasn't done. The fight happened, and me and my brothers, we had one more place to go. We had to go back to my hometown, and I had to go see my father's grave. We drove down to Glenville, Georgia, and it took us about 8 hours from Virginia. We got there about 7 o'clock at night, found my dad's grave, and I told him, man. I talked to him for about 15 minutes. Craig and Hunter were about in front of me, just, talking to him. And I told him, I admitted to him, I told him he had grandchildren. I told him that I hadn't been doing too well, but that I had pulled myself out of that hole. And then I told him that, that I'm sorry that for so long that I had went by this other name, that I hid myself, and that for the first time that, millions of people and thousands of people in attendance, they heard our name, they heard Noland and everything, and that's who I am. That's who I'm gonna be, and I need to be proud of that. Absolutely. And then we drove back home, and man, everything is just so bright now. Yeah. I have my whole life ahead of me. I'm, like I said, I'm still very hungry. I don't have long left in this fight career, but what I got left is they're,
you're gonna give them hell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them hell.
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna give them hell, man.
See, like, a lot of people will take things from, like, wins and losses, and, like, they'll hide behind, like, oh, I got knocked out, or, like, the fact that you went viral or whatnot. But, like, what it sounds like what you took from it started before the fight even started.
Fuck yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like it started from that phone call. And from the phone call on, you just caught momentum.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of the outcome of the fight, like, it just sounds like everything just tightened up. Yeah. Everything got in order. It started, like, maybe you should look into more hats.
Yes.
Hats are doing something for you.
Yes. See, I was wearing a headband before.
See?
I was wearing a headband before, and it only got me so far.
You evolved.
See?
I did evolve.
I see you still rocking the headband on top of the hat.
Yeah.
Which is part of the hat.
Yeah.
Same thing, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're just building on it. It's momentum.
It's a good look.
Exactly.
See what else we can throw on top of there,
Yeah.
you know?
Now we just need to get him in a hat.
Yeah. I mean, look, dude.
No, I'm kidding. I actually like you without the hat. Like,
I know.
And hey,
I wear a
you know what's
fucking hat
weird?
all the time.
We started the podcast. That's all we did was hats.
All of it.
Now we've evolved.
We have evolved.
We're doing like a backwards evolution of like what you're doing.
Yeah.
We've taken our hats off.
You're putting hats on.
Yeah. So it's like
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a circle of
Hey,
life.
look, we're all doing fucking
Hey,
doing
and
dandy.
hat people can hang out with non-hat people.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fine.
Yeah. Breaking down barriers, baby.
It's been
That's
written
what we
into
do.
law since the 70s.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud to see you doing so much better.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
bro.
man. Yeah.
We're stoked for you, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Stoked
I'm
that you're-
happy.
Happy is
You're
a
in
good look.
Yeah, that you're in a happy place makes us happy for sure.
Yeah.
You know, like that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Super cool.
And I mean, this is a great community to be a part of. There's a lot of great people in it, and
Absolutely.
I'm happy that I'm back in it.
Yeah.
After being gone, it feels nice to be back. It really does. It really does.
Good shit. Dude.
I mean, you're missed, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Like, people love when you're around. Like, it's not missed on us. You
Yeah.
know? Like, when you're around, people notice. They feel you. They love it. You know?
Yeah. It's
You
a great-
add.
it's
You're like a
great
spice.
place. Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
you add some flavor to the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the mixture,
true,
you
man.
know?
It's a good ass flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Hell yeah, dude.
How much time are we almost out of
Oh,
time?
yeah. You got like 20 minutes. You're good.
Oh shit. Okay, so what
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
want? So what do you want to talk about
mean,
now?
what-
Do you want
what's
to talk
next,
about butt
dude?
stuff
Yeah,
or
what's
whatever?
up? I mean,
You said butt stuff?
Yeah.
What you got?
What's up? I mean, shit, we can get into anything.
Yeah,
you know
dude.
what I'm saying?
another shot of tequila.
Okay, for sure, dude.
Hell yeah.
Hey, shout out to Corey, bro. Corey is the one that hooked us up with this tequila. It's absolutely delicious.
Yeah, that honestly is like one of the like I kind of told this story, but when we went to I went to Cozumel for
Oh, yeah.
like on a cruise after I graduated, and I drank way too much tequila there, and it fucked me up, and I got way too fucked up on it, and I can't drink tequila now. Like I just can't do it. That's like the only tequila I'll drink. I drank some the other. Yes, I do. I really, honestly, like seriously, I fucking literally the minute we got back on the cruise ship, that's the first thing I did was take all my clothes off. So
Look,
straight up.
one of the deciding factors on beverages being good is like it's got to be drinkable.
That's true.
That's very drinkable.
That is very
Yeah.
drinkable. It's easy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it go down smooth now.
Yeah.
You heard me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's on the books next, bro?
Yeah, what's
Like,
next?
what are you
okay.
looking forward to
What's
next?
up?
So, y'all know Brett.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Solar Slam Daddy?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I don't.
Come on.
Don't you love that guy?
Yeah,
God,
he's a
man.
different breed.
He is a
is,
different
man.
breed.
Yeah.
He's the shit.
You know, he has been one of my biggest supporters since everything has happened, and he has been one of the few guys that has reached out and tried to, you know, just bring me back out of my funk. And I've been training with him out at the beach and everything like that.
Yeah, I've seen some of that. I've seen some of the videos he's posted.
And he's got this big, huge fight coming up next weekend, or this coming up weekend in Jackson, Mississippi.
When this airs, it will have happened last Saturday.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he did
Yeah.
great.
he
Yeah, he
did.
killed
He did great.
Absolutely
he did great.
smashed.
Yeah.
The guy quit because of how
He's a new
sexy he
star.
is.
Did he mog?
He mogged.
Mog.
The Mog Father. No.
Mog father.
I'm actually going to take my son to go see Brett's fight. It's gonna be my son. Yeah, it's gonna be my son's first fighting event and everything like that. So I'm gonna take him to see that and get see if he's got an itch for the thrill of battle and shit like his daddy. And
just because I'm a dummy, how far is Jackson?
It's about 3 hours away.
Okay.
It's a good distance from where I am, and Robertsdale's about 3 hours away.
Weird.
It's Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah. Old Jackson. But he's gonna. I think he's gonna help me get involved with his management team.
Oh, nice.
And so they can kind of be in charge of the fights that I'm offered, and then I can carry on with my career. I mean, I took that fight with Bo.
With no management.
With no management.
Nobody.
Absolutely nobody. But that's an opportunity that you cannot turn down.
Yeah.
And it was a great experience. It was about 3-4 hours.
It's 4 from here. It's just under 4 from here.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Huh.
And so I'm gonna see if I can't get hooked up with them, and then they can find me a better path.
Yeah.
I'm an older guy, 36. I'm towards the end of my career. I don't have very long left, but I do. I started it over with Bo. I'm 0-1.
Mm-hmm.
I have an opportunity for at least 2 to 3 more fights. Let's see what I can do with it. And let's see what I can do with it. I'm motivated.
And you're in a much better mindset.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
You're in a much better
mindset. I'm ready to be back out there. And like I was saying earlier, I miss every single person. I miss all of them. All of them. I'm ready to see all of them and to get back there and just,
be a part of it.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
I hear you, dude.
Tony's he moved to a new location.
Absolutely.
It's actually the old location where Rufus Sport used to be, but it's going to be better because it's Tony. It's going to be better because it's Tony. I want to. Can I do some shout outs now?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. For sure.
Awesome. Yeah. I want to shout out my old lady. Her name's Heather. She's been like my biggest inspiration and motivator. I'm so glad I met her. She really did. She's really done a lot for me. She really does a lot for me. Hunter is my bro, and I love him so much. He was so nervous cornering me. Let me tell you a little funny story. Right before we walked out to fight Bo, I told him, I said, Hunter, you know the kind of person I am. If Bo starts beating the ever-loving shit out of me, you better throw that damn towel in because I'm not going to give up. And Bo's the kind of guy that he might knock my brain loose. And you should have seen the look on his face. He was like, he's like, you're putting this decision in my hands right now, right before we walk out. I am. I want to shout out Craig, the other half. That's my boy. He did a great job driving through Atlanta. He's a man now.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you, he's a man now.
Them two are just funny.
Yeah, they are. They're something else. I'll kill anybody who tries to fuck with them. I'll tell you right.
Oh yeah, dude.
Shout out to Tony Rayburn. He's always he's gonna be my bro, and I love him. He's my coach. He's always gonna be my coach, and he's my friend though. To his wife Emily, she's done a lot to help him become the person he is, and I'm really happy that they're together and that they have each other and that they're building everything together. And if you don't know, Tony and Emily, they got a little baby Rayburn coming.
Yeah, that's right.
They got a little baby Rayburn.
An empire.
I know. They are building an empire. I'm gonna tell you right now. I've already called dibs on the first non-family member to hold this baby. I will fight you if you try. He'll
be at the door and he flinches at the doctor.
So
I said the first.
Yeah, the first guy.
Give me the baby.
Exactly. Another friend of mine who's helped me through all of this. Her name is Lulu. She's been a really good source of inspiration, and she's always been a good motivator and just always been there. It's like, hey, I know you're feeling down today, but it's okay. One day at a time. I appreciate her a great
Lulu
deal.
from Remedy?
Yeah.
She's sweet.
Yeah, she's really cool.
She's a very nice lady.
She's really cool, and I've appreciated her a great deal. Brett, obviously, Brett Williams.
Yeah.
The
Thundercat.
Yeah,
the Mog father.
Yeah, the
Solar
sexiest
Slam
man in the
daddy.
Panhandle.
Yeah.
The bronzed Adonis.
Yeah.
The bronzed Adonis. Me and him walk the beaches of Troy every Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, we do. Hell yeah. Carlos Acosta, him and his wife Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys there, they were there for me too. These people have never turned their back on me, and they've regardless of anything that's been said or heard or done, they've always been there for me. Mm-hmm. And I can't thank these people enough. Right. Josh Yelverton for taking me into his fold and showing me that, that I can still, I still have worth, and I can still learn stuff, and I'm so appreciative that he's taken the time to really actually try to teach me things and everything. He's a great teacher, and I'm really excited to learn from him. And Scott Thomas, his assistant.
Yeah, he just got his brown belt.
Yeah, Scott Thomas.
Congrats, bro.
Exactly.
Well deserved.
He's a good guy. He's a really good coach. Yeah. And these guys they're a really good group to be around. And so I appreciate the hell out of them guys. That's pretty much it. And then everybody in the community, I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm thankful that I'm in this community with y'all. I'm thankful that I have this opportunity to do these things and perform, win or lose. It's one of the greatest feelings I've ever had. Yeah. I feel like I'm actually doing something with my life instead of just being a bump on a log, pretty much. So it's great.
Well, the community is thankful to have you, obviously, Like, it's not always about what we do, or it's not always about how we do what we do. It's about that we do it,
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing it, bro.
And one of the biggest things that I've had to always remember through all of this is that I've had to accept the things that I cannot change, and I need to focus on the things that I can.
Yeah.
And that's
a very hard thing to grasp and like understand,
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think just as like a man, like you feel like your job is to be able to control, like, not control, I guess that's not what I mean, but like.
Be misogynistic.
Well, no, I mean, it's not, no, it's not, that's not what I'm saying. I just mean like be able to,
Be able to handle it.
Yeah, be able to handle
whatever's
it.
on the plate, like, you got to be able to carry the weight.
And sometimes it's like, sometimes you got to wake the fuck up and say, dude, like, some of this shit I'm not going to be able to do anything about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the shit that I can, let's do something about it,
Yeah.
So I think that's a really tough thing to understand and do something about it.
I mean, if you're gonna wrap a man up into one example, it's grabbing all the groceries.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly
not making an
trip.
extra trip.
Not one trip. It's a one trip kind of guy, right? But as we grow, we need to understand that we don't have to carry all the groceries.
Yeah.
It's okay to let like lighter bags off to other people. Like,
yeah, for sure.
That's
a good one.
That's such a guy. Like, there's not a more guy
thing.
Did you
Google that before we sat down? Or
no, I'm a guy,
come
dude.
Up with that?
I am a guy.
Rit?
I'm a one trip guy.
I'm a one trip guy.
I know him because I am him.
Yeah. I'll walk up to the door with my keys in my mouth. That way I don't have to dig in my pockets while I'm back.
Yeah, and then you're like, well,
wait, how do I get the key?
Well, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
dude.
man.
That's
good shit.
That's an exact example. But, dude, as we all grow, like, we all develop new skills, and being able to, like, delegate, like, those things, that is such a, like, point of growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. It is very difficult. Very difficult. And finding people that, I guess, accept that, is also difficult. But I think when you like you're talking about, you get a good group of people around you that are in the same mindset as you are and that are understanding the same way, you can get a lot,
We're stoked that you have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you always have us too, but like we're stoked that you find or have found this like rejuvenation in your life, and it's like changing you in the way that you want to be,
Yeah.
Like, absolutely stoked for that.
I feel very alive.
It's a good thing.
It's really good, man.
Yeah.
It's really good in all aspects of life. And I will say this one last thing for men who are suffering from mental health. It's so, it's a very, very hard thing to accept that there's something wrong with you. But once you accept that about yourself, you'll it's only progress from there if you're really willing to change it. Really, you have to, and it's a real thing. Mental health with men, it's not something that a lot of people talk about. Yeah. It's not what a lot of people care about, but it's just as I would say that it's just as serious as everything else.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
It's about opening your mind and changing your perspective. You can readjust the way you approach it, and you can better yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Before we get out of here, we want to shout out some sponsors. Yeah. As you were talking about Tony, Panacea sponsors our podcast.
Yes.
So as they've moved into a new location, they've also taken on the reins of being on our team. And helping us out. Thank you so much, Tony and Emily from Panacea. You got to check out their new gym. It's like pretty much doubled in size. Even if the mats aren't exactly double, like the building itself is absolutely huge. It's huge. And like, not the parking's a big deal, but the parking is like gigantic. Yeah, it's out of this world.
Love the parking.
Yeah, love the parking. Great. Parking's a big key on this gym. Not gonna have a problem there. But it's definitely a family-friendly environment, and if you want to try out jiu-jitsu and you're in the area in Foley, it's not a bad spot to check out. Great people. I highly suggest it. Also, Southeastern Submission Classic, we have an event coming in August in Mississippi, and it's going to be like another gangbuster event at a dope location. We're going to have more details as we get closer to that, but something you should definitely sign up for and check out if you're in the local area. And if you're from Mississippi and you're hearing this, we'll be posting stuff so you can like keep up with that. Our buddy Joshua George,
baby, Realty Connections.
Brother in blood,
yeah, man. Proud sponsor of the podcast. We really appreciate it. Great guy. If you have any questions, you're looking to, invest in real estate or have any questions about anything, he's the guy to ask, because let me tell you, I've asked him quite a few questions. He and I sat and talked for probably an hour and a half at the last at the last Submission Classic, just about all kinds of real estate stuff.
Couldn't be a nicer guy.
Yeah, really great guy. Always willing to sit down and chat. And yeah, an expert at what he does. So check him out. What?
You were gonna say the next sponsor?
I was.
Hey, you have a lady now, yeah?
Yes.
And you like to treat this lady, yeah?
Yeah.
Lead to the next sponsor. Our next sponsor is a Rustic Spin, a food truck down at Emerald Republic Brewing Company, downtown Pensacola. It's run by Rusty Strain. He's a guy we've had on the podcast a couple of times. Yes. A guy that I've known for a while.
A top tier chef.
Yeah, I mean, killer.
So it's not like, no offense to food trucks in general, but I feel like food trucks get like this bad rap that it's just like somebody who thinks they can cook that gets a truck.
Yeah.
This is a top of the line.
This guy
truck.
Doesn't fuck around, dude.
I mean, the food is like cool food that you want to eat. It's not like oysters on a fucking seal's back. It's a burger that you're like, oh, that's a burger. It's gonna taste good. You haven't tasted good.
Yeah,
this is good.
It's one of those.
This is great.
Those meals that you have where you're like, I don't know if there's a next level. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those like, I don't know how much better food can get.
Yeah, food doesn't get better. It just gets different.
Yeah,
it's the fucking best. Dude.
Constantly changing the menu, always coming up with great
themed
shit. Yeah, always.
The whole menu is themed, and it changes every month and a half or something like that.
Yeah, like a month.
And every single menu fucking slaps.
Bangers, dude.
So you should take Heather.
Yes.
It's gonna be a fucking dope time.
Yeah,
awesome. And he will take care of you. Rusty is the man.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh yeah. And if you guys go over there, tell him Some People Suck sent you to any of these, obviously. But let him know.
Yeah. Is there anybody you want to shout out before you get out of here? I mean, I know you just did a whole mess of shout outs, but is there anything
else?
News or anything you want to drop right before you get out of here?
Oh no, not really, man. No. Just thank y'all for letting me.
Craig and Hunter, I'm coming home.
Yeah, I'm coming home. No, I'm actually going to Heather's house. So shout out to Heather.
Well, shout out to Heather.
You do work.
I drank some tequila.
He said, "I'm about to take his hat off." You know what I'm saying?
I'll wear it though. I wear it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, all right. Respect.
Doesn't come off now.
Yeah.
It never comes off.
He's got bobby pins on the inside of his head.
Doesn't move.
No, it doesn't.
Bro, well, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us, man.
Always a
We
pleasure.
really appreciate it.
man. Yeah, man. It's great seeing y'all, and it's great to be back.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Happy for you and all your success.
We're so happy that you're doing the damn thing now.
Yeah.
Man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Super
Can't wait
cool.
to see y'all again the next time.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's gonna be awesome.
Hell yeah. Always, bro. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We love you. We're getting the fuck up out of here. Yee, 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 yee.